Hey, I'm Chris.
I'm Drew.
We are Cheap Ashes. Coming to you today from the Yard Cigar Bar, Chandler, Arizona. As you can see, we have a guest, a very special guest, someone near and dear to both of our hearts, Mr. Rob Dukes. Say hi, Rob.
Hello, everyone.
If you don't know, Rob, from Exodus fame, lead singer, the band Exodus, now has a new project, Generation Kill, which he is also lead singer for, and we'll get to that here in a little bit. Releasing a new album soon, right?
Yeah.
Soon.
Yeah.
So, Drew, what do we got today? What are we reviewing this fine Arizona morning?
Well, we decided to take a look at the CLE Asylum 13 Oblongata Maduro. So, it's a nice little box press dude here. What are we drinking?
Belching Beaver Buenos Tiempos, Mexican style lager. This summer especially, I think we've seen quite a few different Mexican lagers hit the market. Stone has one, Knee Deep, Belching Beaver, pretty much everybody's got them now. This guy's pretty good. It doesn't have that salt, lime kind of flavor that a lot of them do. It's just a straight lager. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a kicked up Dos Equis lager, maybe?
Yeah, a little more kind of complex, balanced version of Dos, so for sure.
But it's delicious.
Yeah.
Very good. The cigar, Drew?
I mean, solid medium. Not a lot to it, to be completely honest. You get some subtle undertones of spice, and I get a lot more leather and a little bit of earthiness on it. So, I mean, once again, this one's box pressed. The medulla is going to be a round instead of the box press for you. So
you get the medulla oblongata, which is your brain. If those of you that don't know what that is.
Just go watch Happy Gilmore.
No.
Waterboy. Sorry.
Medulla oblongata.
I was thinking about that.
Oh, yeah, it was the movie Species. Remember, that's what the monster was eating.
It was eating the medulla, but if you watch Waterboy, he gets in a fight with the professor.
Oh, I never watched it.
Because he says alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth. That's what Mama said.
And no toothbrush.
And no toothbrush.
Yeah. I'm drinking 4 shots of espresso, blonde espresso from Starbucks. It's the one espresso they make there that it's not bitter. It's like actually a smooth espresso. I add a little bit of honey and a little bit of water, and it goes good with a cigar.
Hey, Jose, there you go. A coffee and cigar review that you were asking for, thanks to Mr. Rob Dukes.
I would prefer Stumptown, but they don't have they have a Starbucks right down the street. They don't have a Stumptown right down the street. Right? Stumptown coffee is the best coffee ever made.
I will concur after having some with you. That was really good.
Nice.
So, give us a little bit on. Let's start off with your cigar smoking. How'd you start? What brought you to it?
All right. Yeah. Well, so in the early '90s, I was hanging around with bands like TSOL and Pennywise, and for a minute there was like this cigar thing going on. It was around 93, 94, 95. And so I smoked a few then, but I smoked cigarettes. But it was a cigar every once in a while was just kind of like and I never really appreciated it or did anything with it. And then I quit smoking cigarettes. And then I didn't smoke anything because I didn't even think about it for 15 years after I quit smoking cigarettes. I did a podcast with my buddy Bobby Kelly, he's a comedian, and he said, "Oh, we're going to smoke cigars." And in my head I went, "No, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to smoke cigarettes." And so we get there and I tell him, he's like, "You're not going to want a cigarette." And I go, "Well, if I do, I'm going to beat the shit out of you." So we smoked a cigar. I smoked a Ashton VSG.
Ooh, nice.
Number 8. So it was a big, thick, rain gauge. So we did the podcast. I really enjoyed the smoke, and then later that night he did a couple comedy sets, and hung out with him and a bunch of comedians till like 6 in the morning outside the Tempe Improv, and we smoked cigars and just bullshitted and talked. And what's cool is neither of us drink, so it was really more about the coffee and the cigars going together. So I don't know. Figure this was like a little over 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. So I lived in Chandler, Arizona at the time, and in a little house, and I was in the middle of a divorce, and she was still living in the house. So I was coming home from work one day, and I Googled cigar bar. I was like, you know what? It's like a month after the podcast with Bobby. I was like, I'm gonna have a cigar. I'm just gonna go chill and sit and relax, and I'm gonna have a cigar. And I Googled, 2 of them came up. One was the Yard and the other was Piro's. And I stopped by the Yard and I walked in the humidor and I bought a VSG.
Right.
And I sat they have these leather chairs and it's a really cool place to hang. And I sat and I put my headphones in and I just listened to music and I smoked a cigar. And I found this overwhelming comfort that came from unplugging from my day, not going home to my miserable fucking situation I was in, which was having a person who hates your fucking guts living in their fucking house. Yeah, it was brutal. So I just sat in this chair and then I started, I bought a couple and I was like, oh, I'll smoke them at home, you know. But it was summertime, so it was real hot. You know, but once the winter set in, I could sit in my backyard, and I got like a beach chair, like a lounger chair, and I'd sit in my yard, and she'd be in the house, and I'd wait till the light goes out when she's going to bed, and then I'd go in my bedroom and I'd go to sleep, and that's how I lived my life for like 6 months, and I was smoking. I started smoking every day. I bought a little travel humidor so I could keep 3 or 4 cigars in it, and a water pack, and then I started learning about the culture, and then. A couple months later, I started coming to the Yard regularly, and I started meeting a couple of guys there. I met the owner, Eric, and then I met Brad, and I met you, Chris, and then I just started smoking regularly, and then I became addicted, and that's where I'm at now. I'm smoking 2 a day. 1 a day.
Only 2?
Yeah. One a day on an average is 1 a day, but the weekends is like 3 or 4. You know what I mean? A day. Sometimes we went down to Mexico, and I smoked 8 a day. I went to Vegas. I smoked 8 a day.
Well, they were free too in Vegas.
Yeah.
It's hard not to.
I went to the convention.
To the show.
Yeah. So, and it's just become. It's such a comforting thing.
Well, and you're an employee here now, too.
I started bartending here. I started hanging out, and I love the culture. I love cigars. I love trying all the new ones.
So, you've been to other cigar bars. You've been to a lot of places around. What makes you keep coming back to the Yard? You know, I asked that, and I'm being a little prejudiced here because I work here, but I try to explain to people just how comforting this place is and how chill it is. And I want to get another perspective on that.
The thing I noticed was, from the beginning was, first off, no one knew who I was, except Boston Chris. He kind of knew.
Yeah, he knew you, yeah.
But he didn't even say anything. We just had conversations. So I was sitting here with a group of guys who I would never have talked to in my life. Why would I talk with a guy maybe 10 years older than me who was in another life? That I just wouldn't have these conversations had I not come to a. And I know I don't drink alcohol, so I don't know. I know why people stop for a beer on their way home at their local bar near their house. I know why people do that now, because there's you get a very eclectic group of people who you would never talk to in another life, and now you've become familiar with them. You have a beer, you have a cigar, you have
It's a
coffee.
camaraderie.
And it just now all of a sudden you have this bonding thing. So I started talking to Brad and Eric and you and saying like, well, you know, I like the Ashtons, but you know, I can't afford $15, you know, twice a day. $30 a day habit's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, let me try to find something a little less. So I started trying other things in the humidor that I liked. I found very quickly that my palate, they told me my palate's going to change with time. At first I was smoking a lot of Connecticut's because I would get dizzy and I would get kind of green. Fuckface Chris gave me a fucking
Digger Maduro.
And I sat here in the chair and I thought I was going to fucking die. And I had to fucking go home.
He got
lay
green.
down.
He got real
Why
green.
they call it the digger.
That's what they call it, the
man,
digger.
Dig in
fuck.
your grave.
I've been smoking cigars about 6 months. I had no tolerance, and fuckface gives me a fucking digger, and I fucking almost puked. I had to go lay down. Yeah, and fucking so.
Don't worry,
But I
we've
could
all-
smoke them
we've all
now.
been
But
there.
no.
We've all been
Yeah,
there.
so anyway,
We've all been there.
I could smoke them now. Like they're all right. You know what I mean? I like a full. I'm a Maduro full body
Absolutely,
cigar
you
smoker.
are now.
But for a long
you're-
time I was a Connecticut middle. I didn't want it too much.
Right.
But and now I smoke. And I enjoy them. I tell you, man, I there's nothing like I don't know if you guys do this, but have you ever had like you have a list of things you really need to do? Like you got to go grocery shopping, you got to get cat litter, you got to get cat food,
Yep.
you gotta. Now I'm gonna go have a cigar and not do any of that. And
I'm not going to
Yep.
say what I have to do
I have
because
do it.
somebody might see it, but there have
do
been
it
times
all-
that I'm just like,
I do
I
it
don't
all
want
the
to.
time.
I don't want to do it. I want to have a cigar. I don't want to relax.
Yeah, it's
You know?
it's become. I don't
It's
know
a
if
staple of your day, right?
absolutely, dude. Like I
You know,
look
Cheaper
forward
than
to it.
therapy.
It is.
Yeah. And
And-
that's the thing too, man. You come here, right, and you talk to everybody. You tell them about your fucked up day, and then all of a sudden, your
feel
therapist is,
better.
you just,
It costs you $10 for a cigar.
Yeah.
Because you're able to de-escalate with the people around you that actually care for you, and you know I'm not gonna lie, this place saved my life too.
Yeah.
You know, it really did.
Oh,
It's
you create some of the best friendships coming out of.
oh
Charlotte.
man, it's
absolutely
crazy.
nuts.
And you know, you talk about fuckface that gave you that cigar. Well, we went to high school together, and where did we reconnect? A cigar shop at Big Sticks when it was down at
Riverview.
Riverview.
Yeah.
did
And
like
that's where
I was going to Big Six because I work right across the street. So I was going to Big Six at first. I never saw you there. I
Yeah.
saw Paul. I never saw, and I just walked into Humidor and I'd buy stuff. And I went there on one day I worked a Saturday morning, like I worked like 4 or 5 hours. I was like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna go over to Big Six and have a cigar. And I walked in and it was just the weirdest group of people. Dennis was there, and there was a bunch of weirdos, and I'm like, nah, this isn't the Yard's my spot. And
Yeah.
so I did, and not shitting on other places. I went. The other places are just very loud.
Mm-hmm.
Even the Yard can get loud at times, but that's when I put in my headphones and I tune out.
Yeah.
But they're very loud. I went to Fox's in Scottsdale on a Saturday night.
Oh, that place is fucking
Dude, it was.
crazy.
I mean, I don't know what you. That's not relaxing at all, man.
No.
It's crowded, it's loud.
It's a club.
It's kind of a club feel because of being
Yeah,
in
because of
Scottsdale.
that. Yeah, because of the
You know,
alcohol too.
and you look here, this is not a club atmosphere. This is a cigar lounge that just happens to sell alcohol.
Yeah.
You know,
And
it's
just
still
beer and
got the
wine.
cigar
That's
lounge.
the thing with the beer and wine. I've noticed as well, going to a lot of different places. The ones that have the full alcohol tend to draw a different crowd. I mean, you have guys that are
Power drinkers.
you know that, or you got the guys that are a little bit more kind of like, well, I only drink the Scotch with my cigar, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, bro, like
Well, you also light your cigar with 3 matches, you fucking douche.
yeah,
Anyway.
exactly.
And if you
so
do that,
that's
we're
fine.
not apologizing.
It is. It is.
Do whatever the
Do
fuck you
whatever.
want.
Yeah, be happy.
Yeah.
Be happy. Do what you want to do.
So-
this cigar, how much does it cost?
it's like $9.
$9, yeah, $9.50.
This is a
something like that.
good morning. Is it like a mid? Is
It's
it
a,
medium?
it's a,
medium?
it's a good morning stick. It really is.
It's
It's
nice,
not
easy. Goes
it-
great with coffee.
the only
Yeah.
thing that I, you know, who makes it is kind of
Yeah, what
kind of
makes it?
steers me away sometimes.
Who
Only-
makes it?
Christian Arrow, so CLE Cigar Company.
CLE.
Formerly of Camacho. So
Of Camacho.
Before Davidoff by Camacho, that was Arrow family. It is basically
Your
it's a family business, so.
too is Aladino, his brother. and his dad's brand. That was good cigars. But
that's the other thing I liked about coming here. I learned about cigars. I learned about the cultural, the history of all the different ones and
manufacturers.
Manufacturing. We just sit here and just bullshit, and it's I guess for the most people, they don't give a fuck. I'm interested in that kind of stuff, so I started reading about everything.
Well, you should be interested in it. If it's becoming a passion of yours, then take the passion and run with it and learn everything you can about it.
It's like cool. Music, I did the same thing like growing up as well with music, and like I would follow all my bands and follow these people, and I knew everything about all these different people I'd never met in my life. But I enjoyed the product and the art that was coming out of it.
Yeah.
And the same thing with the cigars. Like we have a physical artistic product here versus music, which you can listen to over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But you smoke the same cigar over and over, and it changes. You listen to a song over and over and over, it changes sometimes.
Sometimes it does.
You get that emotion.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. How
and again, let's bring mood into this.
Yeah.
Music can soothe you when you're like ramped up, just having a shit day. How many times you come in here throwing your headphones in and just relax with a cigar and music?
Yeah.
They go really well together. Music and cigars it can be therapeutic, and I think a lot of times it is therapeutic for all of us that are in the cigar world, that smoke cigars. You do it for a reason. You do it because, one, you like it, it's good. But two, I'll go and sit somewhere and just have a cigar and veg out after a shitty day. And it just helps relax you.
Yeah, there's something about like sometimes some cigars are an hour, some cigars are 3, depending on how you smoke them, depending on how much you're gonna pull on it. But
and who you're talking to, what you're doing, I mean that could change it as well.
Yeah, because you're not going to smoke the cigar as much because you're talking. You're having that conversation.
So I found that I read a lot more books. I ingest a lot more information because I come here and sit. And even if I'm sitting with a bunch of guys I know, if I'm reading or have headphones in,
nobody's gonna bother you.
They don't. Every once in a while, they don't realize you're that's but most of the part, they just he's obviously doing something.
And that's a cool thing about our shop.
I've written lyrics here. I've sat here and wrote lyrics on my computer and smoked a cigar. And God damn, it's like it makes me want to. You know what it makes you want? It makes you want to make enough money that in my back of my house I can have a little room that's like a mini yard. Have like 4 or 5 nice chairs, a little bar.
Dude, Laura and I were just talking about that.
It's exactly what I want. With my own infiltration system where I can get the air and I can put air conditioning in it and I don't have to. I can just sit back there and do my work.
Exactly.
Because that's one of the reasons too is I go home. I can smoke. We live in Arizona, so it's hot as fuck in the summer. But in the wintertime, God damn, it is
sitting outside
with some music on, man. Until me and you were sitting outside till 2, 3 in the morning sometimes. Under a full moon, I bought a telescope so I can watch the stars. And
we had the fire pit going too. Smoking cigars around a fire pit in the winter.
Yeah.
Now, guys, don't get me wrong. It still gets cold in Arizona.
Yeah, but
into the 30s at night. But
throwing a flannel like
no,
that.
it doesn't. You fucking pussies.
There's no moisture in here. It's dry in the winter, so you're not going to get rained on or anything like that. So, all right. So, Generation Kill.
Yeah.
What you got going?
Well, we released. So Generation Kill is a bunch of dudes I grew up with in New York. A couple of them. The other guys I met later, but it started out with guys I've known mostly my whole adult life. Met them in the later years of high school, early college. And in between Exodus tours, I was always kind of I was not bored, but I found some dudes to just jam with. We were jamming like Black Sabbath covers and just getting in a room together and hanging out and having fun. And then it turned into something else. We started writing music together. And then we got a record contract and we went on tour in Europe and South America, and we've done actually quite well. And then so now we have a new album coming out. It's called MK Ultra. It's the book isn't, the whole album isn't about it, but one, 2 songs are about MK Ultra. And then anyway, so we album's coming out. We had a video called Never Relent. It's on YouTube. Then we released another animated video called The Rat King.
The Rat King is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the
Never Relent was just.
Never Relent is pure thrash.
It's such a great song.
But it's only for thrash. People, if you don't like thrash music, you're not gonna like it. It's just harsh. It never relents. That's why it's called Never Relents. It's just from beginning to end. It's just where Rat King's a little groovier, a little mellow. You can kind of listen, you know. And then we have another one coming out. It's called Into the Black. It's a video. We went and actually acted in it and ran around and looked like idiots, and we had a blast doing it. And we made a real video with like this real video company, and we're gonna it'll be out I think in the next couple weeks. So it's called Into the Black. It's a good tune. Good. Record's gonna drop. We're going. I'm doing a show in New Jersey at the Debonair Music Hall in Jersey City, and it's in I forget where it is. It's somewhere in New Jersey. It's somewhere in New Jersey, northern Jersey, and we're gonna play with a bunch of bands, and we're going to and then the album will come out, and making T-shirts, and yeah,
I can't wait for the T-shirts and the swag. And
yeah,
stuff.
we're doing all that. Actually, Boston Chris is doing it.
Yeah,
so,
I'm really getting excited for that.
Yeah.
If you haven't listened to it, guys, Generation Kill, it's a very, very good metal band. You got, Never Relent.
Never Relent's like a thrash song.
But who was the guest? You had a guest.
Oh, Gary Holt from
Gary Holt.
Exodus, Slayer. He was on it. He did the guitar solo on it.
Nice.
Actually, another song on the album I got Chris Poland from Megadeth, the original Megadeth guitar player, did a solo. I had John Joseph come and sing a song with me. John Joseph from Cro-Mags.
Yeah.
What other guests? I had another guest. I just, it's. So the first record we did was kind of like a demo. Then the second record we did with Zeus, this awesome producer. He said we were kind of weird because we weren't a thrash band. We were like a rock band that dabbled in thrash from moment to moment. And then also like we did like some weird songs, some just regular rock songs, and we just we had a weird. This one we kind of focused on our harder edge side, and we just put together a good record. And COVID fucked everything up, but we're just plowing ahead and keep doing it. And, yeah.
I've heard multiple tracks off the record. I like it.
Yeah.
I've played it for people. Everybody that's heard it to this point has enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, I found it on Spotify, so I use Spotify quite a bit.
Nice.
It's right on there. And,
I use Amazon Music, and all your stuff's on Amazon Music.
Yeah, I use Apple Music. I mean, it's just came on my phone.
whatever platform you
it's
have,
on everything. Yeah, it's on everything. So and we have, if you go to generationkill.band, our website, you can pretty soon, like in the next week or two, we're gonna have merch available. You can go there and we're gonna do like hats, and we're gonna do vinyls and do all that shit. So
speaking of merch,
yeah, I'm wearing a Dead Kennedy shirt.
Dead Kennedy,
my favorite. One of my favorite bands.
Yeah. So
second best American punk band. Ramones being the first.
Okay. We have merch to give away.
Yeah. Since none of you followed the rules.
We did.
Yeah.
And we went on, and we actually have 101 Instagram followers now. So we randomized our Instagram followers, and we picked 3 winners. So
What are we giving away though? Like let's
take a quick peek here. We have 2 My Father hats that come with a My Father t-shirt, which you can't really see it. I'm not going to open it up.
They're in a bag.
They're in a bag.
They're t-shirts.
They're t-shirts. Then we have 3 My Father cigars that I don't have with me now, but they're in my humidor at home.
They're being safely stored, yes.
And a My Father torch lighter to go. So we have 3 different giveaways. You get a hat and a t-shirt, or lighter and cigars. So our first winner, let's go with it. Rob, you want to?
I don't have my glasses on. I can't read it.
Mike Bitten.
Mike Bitten.
Yeah.
Hat and t-shirt. So Mike, if you're watching, reach out to us, and if not, we'll
give it
hit you up Sunday or Monday on Sunday night.
Monday if we don't hear from you. I'll shoot you a DM on that. So.
Yeah.
Or the guy he has that little spot next to the end of the freeway there. We're just gonna give it to him.
Yeah.
He could use it.
Yeah.
Winner number 2, Michelle Petrie. You get a hat and shirt as well.
Yeah.
Again, reach out to us. And then for the cigars and lighter, That goes to Ken Stevenson. So congratulations, you guys. This is our first ever giveaway.
Yeah.
We're super close on subscribers to 50 for that 3-pack that I'm going to give away. Let's get us to 100 so I buy that box for somebody. Because listen, you're gonna enjoy it. It's free. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button, like our videos, smash the bell.
Yep. Follow us on Instagram at cheap_ashes.
And again, we can't thank this guy right here enough
Thanks,
for
sir.
joining us today.
Where can they find you as well?
Where can we find you? You're on
Ah,
Instagram.
Rob Dukes. It's just everywhere. Whatever.
Just
I don't
Google Rob Dukes, you'll find it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Instagram, Twitter.
Generation Kill.
Generation Kill Band is the one. The following on YouTube, Generation Kill Band is the one that means the most because what it does is the more followers we get, then we're going to start touring in the places that we hit better. You know what I mean?
And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put that link in the description of this video for you, so you don't really have to go searching for it.
Thank you. I appreciate
Again,
it.
we love Rob. He's one of us here at the Yard, man. He's been around for years. Can't thank him enough for spending, roughly a half hour with us this morning.
Yeah.
We'll do a final call.
Final call.
Yeah.
This is a definite yes for me.
Yeah. Nice and light, 4.5%, easy.
It's actually a great morning beer, shower beer. The Oblongata is a hit or miss for me.
Yeah. It's a take it or leave it kind of thing. Where
So take it or leave it. It's a good morning stick, but I don't know later in the day after 1 or 2 this will even hold up. So if you're gonna smoke it, I'd suggest you smoking it super early or last stick
As
of the
the
night.
only
Do we
cigar
shit on
today.
people we don't like?
Sure.
If you have something you really don't like?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy them.
Okay. There we go.
And there you go.
So here's the deal. So it's $9, right?
Yeah.
For $9, for another $1, I can get something way better. But if somebody gave me a box of these,
You
I'd
would
be
say
stoked.
no. Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what we
Yeah.
want. Some people that have smoked these will probably be like, "Fuck you! This is a great stick. I love it." That's great. It whatever fits your palate.
That's why there are thousands of cigars out there because
There's
everybody has
1,000 of
something.
them out there, and so till next week.
Yeah. We will see you guys
We'll
next
see
week.
you later.
Yeah.